finding the weakness within. So for many of us, including myself, we all share a common similarity with each other. This reality which we are experiencing is designed to interpret and encounter an experience within an experience of which we choose to not accept. Once we choose to not accept an experience for the truth which it revealed, and the truth meaning the emotional encounter of the experience, we will see that within every experience in life reveals a truth from that matter, and the matter meaning the emotional connection of which we interacted with. When we start to comprehend that when we experience something and we choose to not accept that experience, what we do is we start to form an attachment to that experience in a form of emotional discharge, of which we can interpret it as many things. It can turn into a fear. It can turn into worry, stress, anxiety. It can manifest into infinite form. And the seed of where this is coming from is something that we experienced within our lives, which we have not been able to accept. Now, with saying this, what we must understand is when we go back to accepting the truth of that existence, and that may be very challenging for some of us to do, because that experience revealed a lot of pain, a lot of hurt, a lot of suffering, and then from that we are now encountering anxiety, worry, fear, stress from that experience. What we must understand is that acceptance itself is effectively the art of healing. And until we can come back to the understanding that acceptance is truth within a matter of understanding above that level of existence. Now, we can accept the truth of which something may have happened to us in the past which we don't want to experience ever again. But until we come back to that basic level of knowledge, which is we can never run away or we can never hide the true experience of which we encountered, what we can do is we can learn to heal that experience and become aware that with honoring and accepting, we can empower ourselves to understand and believe that we have the power to ultimately create a sense of awareness which can always protect us from the emotional discharge of an experience which has manifested into our lives. We can understand that when we come back to understanding that when something happens to us in our lives, which may create a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, a lot of hurt, we can come back, accept the truth, which is maybe we were even vulnerable and our innocence was taken away. Welcome to the reality which we experience. The reality which we're experiencing is designed to influence and penetrate our energetical aura, to create an energy within us that is always fearing or stressing or worrying about a certain experience or attribute within ourselves. And this attribute may not even come from our true self. It may come from an experience of which then we obtained a certain attribute, which then is causing this emotional imbalance or discharge within us. So what we must understand is when we can come back and understand where it all began, we can start to accept the reality, accept what has happened, and take ownership within this moment, and understand that this is the free choice in this present moment. And no matter what has happened to us in the past, we can change the way we feel, connect, and think by accepting the past for whatever has happened and starting pure and clean within this present now moment of existence.